Okay, I'm back. Took me a minute getting a lot of things situated and stuff, and the sports betting, and then it's March Madness. But anyway, so let me get a little bit into Big Slim, one who inspires me to want to help the youth, and uh, because he helped me. Now, if you watched my last video, you seen it. I talked about Big Slim very briefly, but I told you I was gonna jump around on this stuff in the process of trying to build in more people. Well, Big Slim was a 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" individual with big old hands. And I told you he showed me the biggest knife I ever seen when I was in prison. Biggest knife I ever seen when I had this little bitty toothbrush. But anyway, Big Slim, the history of Big Slim is this. Big Slim got out numerous times while I was incarcerated for them 20 years and came back. Big Slim was one of the most intelligent brothers I ever met inside the prison. And he took a liking to me and showed me a lot and got me into the books and the law and everything. That's why I'm sitting in front of y'all here today. Um, each time Big Slim got out, they tried to help him. They gave him a place to stay, an office, and everything. Big Slim had one problem. Big Slim liked it heroin. Not because Big Slim wasn't a great individual, because he was. And he didn't have a choice in the heroin situation. Big Slim was raised back east. And when he was little, his mother was on heroin. So one day, him and his siblings was hungry. So each time their mother came home, they tell her there wasn't no food in the house, and she need to eat. You need to eat. And she was irritated that she just did her some heroin, and she would get upset that he would be asking to feed him and his siblings some food. Mind you, he's only like 7, 8 years old. Now imagine being a 78-year-old young black kid and you ain't got no food in the house and everything. And this is what he's telling me, while we sitting in my cell in the prison. Okay, so once he did that and his mother would get irritated, she finally got fed up one night when he came in there asking for some food. She came home, wasn't no food in the house. He was asking if some siblings need to eat. So she got upset and she said, well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you see things through my eyes. And by seeing things through my eyes, then you can get all the food you want. So she took this little child and she shot him for the heroin. Let him sit there for a while. Then she took him out to the stores once he calmed down and he was back to himself. And she said, now you go in there and we're going to go in there together and you're going to steal this food and do this and do that. And then I'm going to make you feel like that again. So she did that, and then Slim started going out stealing food and bringing it back to the house, feeding his siblings. Also, his mother could make him feel like that again when she had shot him with that heroin. So this great, big, giant, intelligent individual at that point was on a life of just addicted to heroin because of all what his mother did. So you never know what anybody's story is. So he fed his siblings. He would go out and steal and go out and steal, and his mother, she would take some of the food, sell it, and he got to stealing bigger things, and it became a regular thing. He would get her heroin, have it supported. She would get her heroin, have it supported, and he would support his because she would always shoot him with that stuff. Once he was successful and out there stealing that stuff. Till finally, as he got older, and he was still hooked on the heroin, he started stealing and doing things for himself. Then he moved out this way to Vegas, and he couldn't stop stealing. Big Slim never went to prison for nothing big. He was habitualized for stealing meat. He kept getting the habitual criminal for stealing meat. The habitual criminal is what you get when you continuously be a menace to society and you continuously accumulate so many arrests. That's how Big Slim story went, but he couldn't stop stealing, even though he had a house, Benzes, and he had all the things and the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to help the youth, and they gave him grants and things out here in Vegas, and he couldn't stop. He just was still doing shooting at heroin and stealing, so he would come back. But each time he came back, he told me, "You still in them law books? You still in the things that I taught you?" And I would be like, "Yeah, I'm definitely in that stuff." This is through a 20-year process, mind you. He said, "Sooner or later, I'm gonna get to see you walk out these gates." I was like, "You gonna get to see me walk out these gates? I'm gonna come, I'm gonna get out, and I'm gonna see you." He said, "Yeah, that's right." So he went home for that last time that I talked to him, and then he came back. By the time he came back, I had got my case overturned. Within a month of him coming back, I got to see him, and he said, "See, son, I told you I would be seeing you getting up out of here after all these years and fighting and things of that nature." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm finally getting my chance to get out of here." He said, "Yeah, I might not make it out this time." He had from shooting dope all them years and coming in and out of the prison. He had deteriorated so much, but he still was highly intelligent, very intelligent, brother. And then he finally got some dope inside the prison, shot himself full of the dope, and he OD'd like about 30 days after I got out. But that was a great man, and I thank him for all the things he taught me. Till next time, I'll get back at y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff they be saying. Till the next video.